The one thing they don't tell you. Most people will never be successful. This is a hard truth. It's a statement that feels uncomfortable. It might even feel unfair. We live in a world that sells the dream of success to everyone. We see it on social media. We read about it in books. We hear stories of people who made it big against all odds. These stories are meant to inspire us. They are supposed to make us believe that we can do it too. They tell us that success is just around the corner, waiting for us to grab it. But this narrative leaves out a critical piece of the puzzle. It hides the brutal reality behind a curtain of hope and hype. The truth is that the path to success is not what we think. It's not a straight line. It's not a clear, well-lit road. The version of success sold to us is a fantasy. It's a highlight reel with all the struggle and pain edited out. This curated image is dangerous. It sets us up for disappointment. It makes us feel like failures when we don't achieve instant greatness. We compare our messy, complicated journey to a polished final product. And in that comparison, we almost always come up short. The emotional cost of this gap between reality and expectation is enormous. It leads to frustration, burnout, a deep sense of inadequacy. This essay is about pulling back that curtain. It's about facing the uncomfortable truths that most success gurus won't admit. Why? Because the truth is not as marketable as the dream. The truth doesn't sell 1 million copies or fill up conference halls. But the truth is what you need. It is the only thing that can actually help you. We are going to dismantle the popular myths about success. We will look at why these beliefs are so powerful and so damaging. Then, we will replace them with something much more useful. We will build a new framework based on reality, not fantasy. It's a framework built for the long haul. This is not meant to discourage you. Quite the opposite. This is about giving you a real map. A map that shows the actual terrain. It shows the mountains you will have to climb. It marks the valleys where you might get lost. Understanding the real challenges is the first step toward overcoming them. It allows you to prepare for the journey ahead. It equips you with the right tools and the right mindset. Real success is possible, but it requires you to first reject the lies you've been told. It demands that you see the world with clear eyes, and yourself with clear eyes. Let's begin that process now. Let's talk about the lies. The idea of success has been corrupted. It has been turned into a simple, attractive package. This package is sold to us every single day. It tells us that success is about a few key ingredients. If you just have enough talent, or if you get a lucky break, you will make it. It whispers the myth of the overnight sensation. Someone who seems to appear from nowhere, suddenly famous and wealthy. It promotes the illusion of perfect timing, that you must wait for the ideal moment to act. These stories are everywhere. They are the foundation of our modern culture of achievement, and they are profoundly, deeply wrong. These myths are more than just harmless stories. They are dangerous traps for the mind. They shape our beliefs about what is possible. They influence the goals we set and the actions we take. When we believe success is all about innate talent, we give up when things get hard. We tell ourselves we just don't have it. When we believe it's all about luck, we become passive. We wait for something good to happen to us instead of making it happen. We wait for a lottery ticket to save us. This passive stance is the enemy of progress. It robs us of our agency. It makes us spectators in our own lives, waiting for the game to be decided by forces outside our control. The myth of the overnight success is perhaps the most damaging of all. We see the final victory lap, but we never see the years of silent, thankless practice. We don't see the countless failures, the rejections, the moments of despair. We see the tip of the iceberg, not the massive foundation of work hidden beneath the surface. This creates a deeply flawed expectation of speed. We want results now. We get impatient after a few weeks or months. When success doesn't arrive on our schedule, we quit. We assume the process is broken, when in reality, the process has barely even begun. The road is always longer and harder than it looks from the starting line. So, in the pages that follow, we will take each of these myths and hold them up to the light. We will dissect them one by one. We will explore why they are so appealing and why they lead us astray. We will replace them with principles that are grounded in reality. Principles that have been proven by history, by psychology, and by the lives of those who achieved lasting greatness. This is not about tearing down your dreams. It is about building a stronger foundation for them. A foundation that can withstand the inevitable storms. It's time to stop believing in fairy tales and start understanding the real mechanics of success. Table of Contents, Part 2, Act 1, The Myths, about 4 sections. Section 1, The Myth of Natural Talent. Section 2, The Myth of the Lucky Break. Section 3, The Myth of the Overnight Success. Section 4, The Myth of Perfect Timing. The first myth we must dismantle is the most seductive one. It's the idea of natural talent. We love this story. It tells us that some people are just born with it. They are born with a gift for music. They are born with a gift for business. They are born with a gift for sports. They are born with a gift for writing. They have a special spark that the rest of us lack. We see a brilliant musician and think they're a natural. We see a successful entrepreneur and assume they have a Midas touch. This belief is comforting in a strange way. It gives us an easy excuse. If we fail, it's not our fault. We simply weren't born with the right set of genes. It absolves us of responsibility for our own mediocrity. This idea is deeply ingrained in our culture. We celebrate the prodigy. We are fascinated by the wunderkind. But this focus on innate ability is a dangerous illusion. It completely ignores the most important factor in any great achievement: deliberate, focused work. The psychologist Anders Ericsson spent his career studying expert performers. His research led to a simple, powerful conclusion. The single most important predictor of excellence was not talent. It was thousands of hours of what he called deliberate practice. This is not just mindless repetition. It is a specific, sustained effort to improve, pushing just beyond one's current abilities. When you believe in the myth of talent, you create a fixed mindset. You see your abilities as static, as carved in stone. When you encounter a challenge, your first thought is, "I'm not good enough at this." You see struggle as a sign that you have reached the limit of your natural gifts. This is a dead end. It prevents you from seeing struggle for what it truly is, an opportunity to grow. The people who achieve great things are not the ones who never struggle. They are the ones who lean into the struggle. They understand that difficulty is where the real learning happens. They see every mistake not as a verdict, but as a lesson. So, let go of the idea that you either have it or you don't. That is a lie that will keep you stuck. Your potential is not a fixed quantity. It is something you build, one day at a time, one difficult practice session at a time. The people you admire were not born great. They became great. They showed up when it was hard. They did the work when no one was watching. They chose to practice instead of making excuses. Talent might give someone a head start, but it is effort and persistence that win the race. Forget about what you were born with. Focus on what you are willing to build. We began this journey by confronting a hard truth. The popular version of success is a lie. It is a seductive fantasy built on myths of talent, luck, and overnight breakthroughs. This fantasy sets us up for failure. It makes us impatient. It makes us fragile. It leads us to chase outcomes that are outside our control, leaving our happiness and self-worth hanging by a thread. We have dismantled these myths. We have looked squarely at the real barriers that hold us back: our own habits, our fears, our vague goals, the pressure from others, and our tendency to consume information without ever applying it. Facing these truths is not meant to discourage. It is meant to liberate. The liberation comes from a new definition of success, a definition that is stronger, more realistic, and entirely within your control. This new framework is not about the final destination. It is about the path itself. Success is reframed as a process. It is the daily discipline of showing up and doing the work, regardless of the immediate result. It is the integrity of keeping the promise you made to yourself. When you fall in love with the process, you find a way to win every single day. The outcome becomes a welcome bonus, not the sole reason for your effort. This is a more durable and fulfilling way to live and to work. This reframed success is also built on the power of small, incremental gains. It asks you to stop looking for the giant leap and to start appreciating the value of a single step. Finally, this new success redefines resilience. Failure is no longer the opposite of success. It is an essential part of the process. It is feedback. It is tuition. It is the data you need to learn, adapt, and ultimately grow stronger. This is the brutal, but ultimately hopeful truth. Success is not an event that happens to you. It is a character that you build within you. It is forged in the crucible of your daily habits. It is measured not by public applause, but by your private commitment to the process. It is the quiet resolve to get back up after you fall down. It is the courage to define your own path, separate from the expectations of the world. This kind of success cannot be given to you, and more importantly, it can never be taken away. It is earned. It is owned. It is real. Understanding this new framework is the first step, but knowledge without action is useless. The purpose of this essay is not just to change how you think, it is to change what you do, starting today. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, so let's make it simple. Let's make it actionable. Here are 3 concrete things you can do right now to begin walking this new path. Do not try to do everything at once. Pick one. Start there. The momentum will follow. First, define your process. Forget the big, intimidating goal for a moment. What is the single most important daily or weekly action that will lead you toward it? If you want to write a book, your process is write for 30 minutes every morning. If you want to get healthy, your process is walk for 20 minutes during your lunch break. Make it specific, measurable, and so small that you cannot make an excuse to skip it. Second, track one small win each day. At the end of today, before you go to sleep, take out a notebook. Write down one thing you did that was a step in the right direction. It can be incredibly small. Maybe you chose water over soda. Finally, take one small action in the face of fear. Identify something you have been putting off because you are afraid. It could be sending a difficult email, making a sales call, or publishing a short blog post. Now shrink the action down to its smallest possible version. Don't worry about the outcome. Just perform the action. Courage is a muscle. This is how you start to build it. The path is now clear. The first step is yours to take. Begin.